BCom second semester. Entrepreneurship. Solved model question paper. Section A. 2-mark question. Answer any of the 5 questions out of 7 questions. 1. What is marketing plan? Answer. A marketing plan is the advertising strategy that a business will implement to sell its product or service. The marketing plan will help determine who the target market is, how best to reach them, at what price point the product or service should be sold, and how the company will measure its efforts. Constantly monitoring and adjusting a market plan is an important part of running a business, as it shows what are the best and worst ways to generate sales. Without a successful marketing plan, a business may not be able to continue operating for very long. B. Expand. SIDO, CCED, NSIC. Answer. Small Industries Development Organizations. SIDO, Small Industries Service Institutes. SISI, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. EDI, National Small Industries Corporation Limited. NSIC. C. Who is a startup founder? ANS. A startup founder is different from entrepreneurs, as they found a startup company. They create a business that will someday become successful. While they sound similar to the entrepreneur, their goal is different. Unlike an entrepreneur, a startup founder doesn't have a major financial motive. They create a product or a service to change the world. They want to become famous or show others that anything is possible. While there can be a major payday in the future, they do not start off with the goal to make millions. What is venture capital? Answer. Venture capital (VC) is a form of private equity and a type of financing that investors provide to startup companies and small businesses that are believed to have long-term growth potential. Venture capital generally comes from well-off investors, investment banks, and any other financial institutions. However, it does not always take a monetary form. It can also be provided in the form of technical or allocated to small companies with exceptional growth potential, or to companies that have grown quickly and appear poised to continue to expand managerial expertise. Define angel finance. Answer. Angel finance is a term used to describe what happens when individuals or groups of angels invest their own money in a business in return for shares. Angels back high-risk opportunities, with the potential for high returns. Mention importance of finance. Answers. Operational expenses, asset creation, new products and markets, cash flow management. G. What is organizational plan? Answer. An organizational plan is a method for planning the future goals of an organization to be sure everyone on the team understands what management expects. Having an organizational plan allows the company. Organizational plan can improve a business's workforce. Section B. 5-mark question. Answer any of the 4 questions out of 6 questions. 2. Explain need of entrepreneurship. Answer. The need for entrepreneurship is detailed down in the following section. 1. Passion, perseverance and persistence. Passion is a strong and uncontrollable emotion that is based on something higher to achieve than what the person is carrying within himself. Perseverance is a mature emotion that comes through experiences gathered and analyzed, while persistence is the sail that will row the boat of an entrepreneur through the toughest of climates. 2. Big dreamer. Dreaming big further strengthens an entrepreneur with his ability to dream and see the wide picture. This is the very first step that sets the path to self-discovery. 3. Learning is never to stop irrespective of age, and thus arming oneself with education does play a vital role in forming leadership qualities when needed. 4. Good listener. The ability to contribute will only come once we have abundance in ourselves, and this comes by absorbing the words of others. The ability to truly listen to the customers and employees is actually what makes a difference. This very skill leads to a successful venture. 5. Financing partner. Choosing a financing partner who understands the business needs is very much essential. This is as critical as choosing the business which the entrepreneur wants to pursue. Also, a business loan from the right lender will for sure play a pivotal role in realizing the dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. 3. Write a short note on franchising answers. A franchise or franchising is a method of distributing products or services involving a franchisor, who establishes the brand's trademark or trade name and a business system, and a franchisee, who pays a royalty and often an initial fee for the right to do business under the franchisor's name and system. Technically, the contract binding the two parties is the franchise, but that term more commonly refers to the actual business that the franchisee operates. The practice of creating and distributing the brand and franchise system is most often referred to as franchising. There are two different types of franchising relationships. Business format franchising is the type most identifiable. In a business format franchise, the franchisor provides to the franchisee not just its trade name, products and services, but an entire system for operating the business. The franchisee generally receives site selection and development support, operating manuals, training, brand standards, quality control, a marketing strategy and business advisory support from the franchisor. While less identified with franchising, traditional or product distribution franchising is larger in total sales than business format franchising. Traditional or product distribution franchising can be found in the bottling, gasoline, automotive and other manufacturing industries. 4. Write a note on significance of startups. Answer. When a startup is involved, the general perception is that it is only possible to start one in a developed country where all the resources are readily available. But that is not true. Many amazing startups have come up in underdeveloped countries, nations in conflict, and countries unaccustomed to entrepreneurship. A lot of startups have also established good business in the global market. 1. The big small startups are small companies, but they play a big role in the economic process. They create more jobs, which insinuates more employment, and more employment means an improved economy. Not only that, a startup contributes to economic development, inducing competition. New entrepreneurs come up with new ideas, much needed for constant innovation and to generate competition. 2. Creation of wealth. Entrepreneurs attract investors to invest their resources, which would benefit society when startups grow. Since the benefits are shared with society, wealth is generated in the form of employment. Startup employees multitask, and therefore the employees could double up because of the relationship manager. This adds continuity to customer relationships and enables startups to retort to emergencies. Most startups support learning and have tolerance for mistakes. Both factors enhance the flexibility of startup employees. 4.0 Pen new markets. Startups create new markets or completely transform old markets by introducing products, services, and ideas that change the world. New technologies often create new opportunities. Truly, startups create an enormous value over mature businesses, inspiring competition, and pushing the economy to evolve. However, not all startups succeed. According to James Surowiecki of MIT Technology Review, one of the many reasons behind this can be the increased power of established businesses and organizations. 5. What are various characteristics required to be a successful entrepreneur? Answer 1. Communication. Every entrepreneur needs to be an effective communicator. Whether a person is a solo entrepreneur or runs a Fortune 500 company, they need to understand how to communicate effectively to all stakeholders and potential stakeholders that touch the business. It is imperative for an entrepreneur to be able to communicate with employees, investors, customers, creditors, peers, and mentors. If an entrepreneur cannot communicate the value of their company, it's unlikely the company will be successful. They also need to master all forms of communication, including one-on-one and in-person conversations, group conversations, written communication, and email or online messages. 2. Sales. The soft skill of sales goes hand in hand with the communication necessary to be successful. As an entrepreneur, this person needs to be able to sell anything and everything. An entrepreneur needs to sell the business idea to potential investors, the product or service to customers, and themselves to employees. If an entrepreneur is able to communicate effectively, They are better equipped to sell their ideas and physical pro in the beginning. It's natural for entrepreneurs to be the first salespeople at their demonstrate value for all stakeholders inside and outside the company. 3. Focus respective companies. Those sales skills are necessary to the path to successful entrepreneurship is riddled with ups and downs. There are the highs of successes and the despair of setbacks. A successful entrepreneur needs to be able to focus so they can stay the course when the going gets tough. One of the main risks an entrepreneur faces is the risk of emotional instability. This skill can also be thought of as thinking with the end in mind. No matter what struggles an entrepreneur goes through, a successful entrepreneur has the focus necessary to keep an unwavering eye on the end goal and can push himself to achieve it. 4. Ability to learn. The ability to learn is one of the most important skills to have in life, let alone in entrepreneurship. If someone is building a business, however, the ability to learn is required for success. The ups and downs an entrepreneur goes through are unavoidable. An entrepreneur needs a high ability to learn and a desire to learn. If a person is able to learn in any situation, even failure, they have the skills necessary to become a successful entrepreneur. Failure can help expand one's knowledge and understanding of business. 5. Business strategy. While a successful entrepreneur has, by definition, built a successful company, the skill of business strategy is actually the fifth most important skill that an entrepreneur needs. Often, entrepreneurs achieve success in their businesses through their own sheer strength of will. By employing effective communication skills, sales skills, a deep focus, and a high ability to learn, an entrepreneur can actually learn a business strategy on the fly. When structuring and growing a business, however, it's important that the structure and growth strategy is based on sound business sense and skills. A successful entrepreneur needs to have a solid strategy to take their business from good to great. 6. Write a note on equity financing. Answer: equity financing means selling a stake in your company to investors who hope to share in the future profits of your business. There are several ways to obtain equity financing, such as through a deal with a venture capitalist or equity crowdfunding. Business owners who go this route won't have to repay in regular installments or deal with steep interest rates. Instead, investors will be partial owners who are entitled to a portion of company profits, perhaps even a voting stake in company decisions depending on the terms of the sale. Types of equity financing. These are some common types of equity financing. Angel investors. An angel investor is a wealthy individual who gives a business a large cash infusion. The angel investor gets equity, a share in the company or convertible debt for their money. Venture capitalists. A venture capitalist is an entity, whether a group or an individual, that invests money into companies, usually high-risk startups. In most cases, the startup's growth potential offsets the investor's risk. In the long run, the venture capitalist may look to buy the company or, if it's public, a substantial portion of its shares. Equity crowdfunding. Equity crowdfunding is when you sell small shares of the company to numerous investors via crowdfunding platforms. These campaigns usually require immense marketing efforts and a great deal of groundwork to hit the goal and get funding. Title LL of the Jobs Act lays out the specifics of equity crowdfunding. 7. Discuss in brief the following terms. A mentor financing. B. Angle financing. C. Seed financing. Answer: mentor financing. Financial mentors provide more than budgeting. They provide a one-on-one service focusing on empowering people to get control of their money. They work alongside a person, their family, building trust and taking into account the complexity of their needs. Angle financing. Angel finance is a term used to describe what happens when individuals, business angels, or groups of angels, often known as a syndicate, invest their own money in a business in return for shares. Angels back high-risk opportunities, with the potential for high returns. Seed financing. Seed financing is a type of equity-based financing. In other words, Investors commit their capital in exchange for an equity interest in a company. Generally, this is done in a less formal approach relative to other forms of equity-based financing such as venture capital. Section C 12 marks question. Answer any of the 2 questions out of 3 questions. 8. Explain type of entrepreneurs. Answer. 1. Innovative entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs have the ability to think of newer, better and more economical ideas of business organization and management. They are the business leaders and contributors to the economic development of a country. Inventions like the introduction of a small car Nano by Ratan Tata, organized retailing by Kishore Biani, making mobile phones available to the common man by Anil Ambani are the works of innovative entrepreneurs. 2. Imitating entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs are people who follow the path shown by innovative entrepreneurs. They imitate innovative entrepreneurs because the environment in which they operate is such that it does not permit them to have creative and innovative ideas on their own. In our country also, a large number of such entrepreneurs are found in every field of business activity. Development of small shopping complexes is the work of imitating entrepreneurs. All the small car manufacturers now are imitating entrepreneurs. 3. Fabian entrepreneurs. Fabian entrepreneurs are those individuals who do not show initiative in visualizing and implementing new ideas and innovations. On the contrary, they like to wait for some development, which would motivate them to initiate unless there is an imminent threat to their very existence. 4. Drone entrepreneurs. Drone entrepreneurs are those individuals who are satisfied with the existing mode and speed of business activity and show no inclination in gaining market leadership. In entrepreneurs are die-hard conservatives and even ready to suffer the loss of business. Other words. Drone. 5. Social entrepreneurs. Social entrepreneurs drive social innovation and transformation in various fields including education, health, human rights, workers' rights, environment and enterprise development. Dr. Mohammed Yunus of Bangladesh, who started Grameen Bank, is a social entrepreneur. 6. Agricultural entrepreneur. The entrepreneurs who undertake agricultural pursuits are called agricultural entrepreneurs. They cover a wide spectrum of agricultural activities like cultivation, marketing of agricultural produce, irrigation, mechanization and technology. 7. Trading entrepreneur. As the name itself suggests, the trading entrepreneur undertakes the trading activities. He/she procures the finished products from the manufacturers and sells these to the customers directly or through a retailer. These serve as the middlemen as wholesalers, dealers, and retailers between the manufacturers and customers. 8. Manufacturing entrepreneur. The manufacturing entrepreneurs manufacture products. They identify the needs of the customers and, then, explore the resources and technology to be used to manufacture the products to satisfy the customer's needs. 9. Women entrepreneurs. Women entrepreneurship is defined as the enterprises owned and controlled by a woman. Women having a minimum financial stake of 51% of the capital and giving at least 51% of employment generated in the enterprises to women. 10. Inventors and challenger entrepreneurs. Inventor entrepreneurs with their competence and inventiveness invent new products. Their basic interest. Entrepreneurs plunge into industry because of the challenges it presents. When one challenge seems to be met, they begin to look for new challenges. Lies in research and innovative activities. And challenger. 11. Lifetimer entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs take business as an integral part of their life. Usually, the family enterprise and businesses which mainly depend on exercise of personal skill fall in this type category of entrepreneurs. 9. What is entrepreneurial management? Why is it important to have an entrepreneur management plan? Answer. Entrepreneurial management is the practice of giving the innovation inherent in entrepreneurship a more solid management structure. Many new entrepreneurs have ideas for businesses they want to start, or products they want to create, but don't know how to manage a small business effectively. However, Managing a new venture and managing an existing company requires different methods and management. You can manage a growing business without limiting the creativity or passion of a startup. Having an entrepreneur management plan provides benefits like: establish clear goals within an entrepreneur management plan. You establish the goals you want to achieve with your startup. This includes short-term goals, such as launching your first product, and long-term goals, like generating a certain number of sales. Having clear goals can help everyone involved with the startup stay motivated, as they'll know what they're working to achieve. In addition, it helps you determine what actions you need to take to reach those goals. Principles. Through entrepreneurial coordinate actions, it's easier to achieve goals when everyone coordinates their actions. With an entrepreneur management plan, you determine what actions your startup needs to take and who performs them. Mapping these actions can also help you identify any missing actions before beginning and ensure that you assign each action to at least one person. Improve resource management. Limited resources such as funds, staff, and time may be typical for new business ventures since owners are working to grow a customer base. Therefore, it's important for entrepreneurial managers to ensure that they are using their resources effectively. Through an entrepreneur management plan, you can determine where to spend your resources before you commit them. This ensures you are using all of your available resources and using them in the best possible way. Create performance standards. Through an entrepreneur management plan, you'll define your desired outcomes and when you want to achieve them. You can use these as your performance standards and judge if your business is on schedule. For example, if you set a goal to launch your product in 6 months, you can check your progress in 3 months to ensure you are halfway done. If you are not, you can adjust your methods to make achieving your goal more likely. Balance risk. An entrepreneur management plan establishes how the entrepreneur will balance their personal risk with their role within the company. Learning how to balance personal risks can help entrepreneurs better prepare for unexpected issues. For example, it may outline how much of their own money the entrepreneur can safely invest. 10. Explain different stages of creating and starting venture. Answer. A step-by-step approach is provided to assist the potential entrepreneur. 1. Pre-launch stage. The following steps are involved in a pre-launch stage in starting a new venture. 1. Identify, analyze and decide on the business idea. 2. Analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. 3. Analyze competition and select the positioning strategy. 4. Estimate and forecast the market size, growth and marketing feasibility, which involves measurement of demand-supply gap. 5. Whether to be an ancillary unit. 6. Understand the technology, process and selection of the idea. 7. Decide on the size of the enterprise in terms of production capacity, employees. 8. Decide on the location of the venture. 9. Identify the incentives given by the government to promote the small and medium industries. 10. Understand the relevant laws which are applicable for the business. 11. Analyze the business idea as opportunity in terms of profit, costs, expenditure, income, sales, market share. 12. Estimation of manpower requirements. The pre-launch stage of a new venture involves collection of information through primary and secondary sources of data. It is a critical stage. The skills that are required are entrepreneurial skills of business opportunity identification and analytical skills. The functional areas of marketing and finance dominate this stage. To launch stage 1. Selection of the name of the enterprise. 2. Hiring or construction of building. 3. Deciding on the ownership pattern, sole proprietor, partnership, private or public limited company and limited liability partnership. 4. Registration of the firm. If it is a partnership firm, then agreements have to be signed. The registration processes of SMEs have been streamlined. Now provisional registration certificates can be obtained online with the District Industries Center. 5. Preparation of business plan and project report. 6. Deciding on the product mix and markets to serve. 7. Application for loan to banks, if private or public. Issue of shares. 8. Raising finance. 9. Ordering and installation of machinery. 10. Recruitment of people. 11. Deciding on the channel of distribution. 12. Sources of raw materials to be finalized and purchases made. 13. Production started. 14. Products to be made available in the market. In the launch stage of a new venture, operational actions and decisions are taken. It requires managerial skills of coordination with the various agencies. Project management skills are required. There is lead time from planning to implementation stage. Close monitoring has to be made to see that the launch is as per the plan. Delay will increase the cost and have an impact on the finances of the firm. 3. Post-launch 1. Teething problems to be solved. 2. Systems to be developed in all the areas of management. 3. Feedback on the product. 4. Changes if needed to be introduced. 5. Expansion decisions. After the launch of the business, the gestation period varies from 1 to 3 years. Commencement of business. A permanent certificate is to be obtained from the District Industries Center. The provisional certificate is valid for a year. After, an entrepreneur has to plan and prepare for this critical period. The profits will start flowing once the business settles down. All the businesses may not succeed, so mental preparation for failure and exit route should also be a part of the business plan.